We are so lucky to have so many incredible museums that offer a peek into our past. Some house fine art and some are outdoor, from the masters to kitsch. Today's Arizona Highways TV Museum Tour is not only diverse, it is uniquely Arizona.
This museum is unlike any other. I think when people typically think of museums, they think indoors, lots of glass, still exhibits, but this is totally different. We are a zoo, aquarium, botanical gardens, natural history museum, an art institute, all rolled into one.
The Arizona-Sonoran Desert Museum is so unique that it can be all of those things, but it can also be any single thing you want it to be. Smack dab in the middle of the desert, surrounded by the Saguaro National Monument, the museum campus is a chameleon of sorts, always changing to reflect its surroundings.
We're a regional facility, so we're here and everything you'll see on grounds is from the Sonoran Desert, which that alone is pretty special.
The Desert Museum opened in 1953 and was the first zoo in the country to have natural exhibits.
Our exhibits are meant to really directly show where that animal might be seen in the wild. So for example, our bighorn sheep exhibit, they took a range that's not too far from here where the bighorn sheep were found, and they took pictures of it, models, and they built it directly after that spot so that it is as close as you could possibly get to seeing a bighorn sheep in the wild here at an exhibit.
We have a wide variety of animals at the Desert Museum. We have a black bear, we have a mountain lion, we have stingrays, which may surprise some people. It surprised me being from Florida. I didn't understand stingrays in the desert, but the reality is stingrays do live in the Sonoran Desert in the Gulf of California. So we get to educate people on ocean conservation and why that's important even when you're in the desert.
The prairie dogs are a visitor favorite, along with the mountain lions and the Mexican gray wolves.
I would say the most popular exhibit is the hummingbird aviary. There's just something so special and whimsical about this area. I mean, as you can see, we've seen a few hummingbirds zooming on by. You're just walking around and they are just in their natural habitat. And they are our winged wonders and we absolutely love them. And our guests do too.
This is Night. She's a 20-year-old barn owl, and she works here at the Desert Museum as an ambassador for her species. She gets to go out to school, she goes out on grounds here with our docents and gets to meet people up close, because it's those up close interactions that really can have a lasting effect on people. I'm a zookeeper, but I am responsible for the training and lots of different things for our animals. So I take care of all the animals that are going out with our educators and our docents, and I train them so that they can handle being up close and personal with people, because you know, a regular barn owl wouldn't be super excited about being right in front of people.
Crystal also gives visitors daily live programs showcasing 70 species of Sonoran Desert animals.
All right, so this is a gray fox, and they are common in this area.
She gives insight into their behaviors and where you might find them in the wild. The Sonoran Desert is one of the lushest deserts in the world.
Most people are very surprised that a desert would actually look like this. And the reason we look like this is because of our 2 rainy seasons, and we're covered by mountainous areas, and we are very, very lush. We're more of a tropical desert here. We are now standing within the cactus garden at the Desert Museum. If you come into this cactus garden, you'll see probably 147 species of cactus within this garden itself.
The Desert Museum is all about showcasing the area's distinctive beauty and changing perceptions.
Even though I'm from Florida and we have our own creepy and weird creatures, including humans, I was a little nervous. But the cool thing is, as soon as I got here and started working at the Desert Museum, I immersed myself with the curators and learning more about the animals, and that sort of ignorance turned into education, and then the education turned into a respect for the wild creatures that I'm now cohabitating with, right? So the first time I saw a rattlesnake out in the wild, instead of being, ah, I was more, ah, that's awesome. I'm very excited. So for me personally, moving here has totally changed my life, and that's what the Desert Museum is inspiring to do for people, is inspiring them when they come here to learn how to conserve and protect these animals that call the Sonoran Desert their home.
The Sonoran Desert Museum is a one-of-a-kind experience that lets you create your own adventure.
You know, you can spend 2 to 3 hours, or you can spend up to 7 to 8 hours. We have walking trails, we have an art institute, we have a cave, so you can really take your time and explore the different sections of the museum.